Welcome to Varsity Sports Network's 850 Daily with Andrew Jupe and Tony Williams.
Big Friday night game on the slate here in the capital city. Leon, Lincoln, going down at Gene Cox Stadium Friday night, 7 o'clock. Tony, third game for the Lincoln Trojans, second game for the Leon Lions. Leon broke in the turf last week at their home stadium, got rolling. Unfortunately, falling to Gabi in that matchup. Looking for a bounce back about the Trojans. But Tony, what's got you excited about the Leon Lions going into this week's matchup?
Well, I tell you what, Leon Lions are trying to get back to those days of glory that they had when nobody in the city could beat them. We're talking about Tony Robinson. We're talking about quarterbacks that go all the way back to the Bobby Bowden era. I tell you what, Leon was the truth, and they're trying to get back to that point. And in order for them to do that, Jupe, they're going to have to rely on their offensive weapons, and that includes their quarterback by the name of Anthony Crow. And, of course, Anthony is going to be joined in the backfield with the sensational running back by the name of Centel DeSager. And Jupe, we may not have his name right, but we'll have it right by Friday. I tell you that much. And their wide receiver, Curtis Williams. So they're going to have to rely on their offensive weapons in order to overcome the Lincoln Trojans.
Yeah, Tony, of course, the weapons on the outside going to be something to look forward to as well. Curtis Williams especially, and then kind of the interior slot guy, DJ Campbell, going to be making some big plays. But yeah, you talked about, like we said, Centel DeShazier. We're going to get that name right by Friday if we are mispronouncing it, Tony. But of course, the young running back is new onto the scene. So we don't really know how to do it, but we know he's got talent, man. Looking at the film, explosive guy, and he's a star in the making, Tony. Really excited to see what he can bring to the table firsthand. Gonna have to get past his big Lincoln defensive line. Of course, we saw him jam up Rickards pretty well a week ago, 2 weeks ago, in the defensive line. And of course, on the other side, the Lincoln offense, we saw him light up the scoreboard, Tony. 5 scores and then some last week. Of course, totaling 37. Big offensive effort. Perry Fisher got rolling, man. Tony, 3 through the air, 2 on the ground. He was just a one-man wrecking crew. Of course, finding his guys deep. You think about Dominic Larry, Jalen Oliver, who by chance, Tony, was able to pick up his first scholarship offer thanks to the big performance that he had against Childs. Of course, 2 monster deep balls, Tony, and Perry Fisher just had a gorgeous play, about a 40-yard toss, bootleg into the left, right-handed throw against the body, right on the money, Tony. You know I love those difficult throws from a quarterback. But the offense is really humming right now, and so it's going to be really tough to stop. And so, like you said, Tony, a big impact being put on Leon Lions, maybe going to be in the area of a shootout. We talked about how the other game, Gabi Rickards, is probably not going to be in the 30s like it is last year, but this one, Tony, has the potential for it, my man. But what the Leon Lions want to do is they don't want to get it high scoring, most likely, and that's going to be thanks to the defense and special teams, Tony. Tell me about some of the weapons that the Leon Lions have on sides 2 and 3 of the football.
Got to start with that defensive line, who's got to put some pressure on Perry Fisher, not allow him to just sit back in the pocket or roll out into a rolling pocket and just pick them apart. They're a young team on defense, but they've got some players, and one of their players is going to be Joshua Seabrooks. Joshua Seabrooks, of course, is the middle linebacker, and this guy is awesome. He looks like a very special player, and we're looking forward to having him do some disrupting of that offense of the Lincoln Trojans. And they also have a very good kicker. That kicker, of course, is going to be Jack Brooks. He's going to be able to flip the field for the Leon Lions and allow Lincoln to have a long field to travel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very important for that Leon Lion defense. I love how you talk about Seabrooks. Definitely a disruptor, Tony, in the true sense. He's going to be wreaking some havoc here, and it's going to take a big effort from the Lincoln offensive line. Of course, Travion Whitaker coming back into the fold last week. You know, another reason he was able to help this team get that explosive offensive performance, give Fisher plenty of time. Big task for him and the boys up front, trying to stop Seabrooks and the defensive line for the Lions. Of course, you talk about defensively, Raylan Wilson running around like a man possessed a couple weeks ago. He's a big player, of course, FAU offer on the table that we can look forward to going forward defensively, but he's going to be a big-time impact player as well. Tony, you talk about kickers. Lincoln also got a good one as well. Soccer player David Monroe. Tony, so if we're getting into a little special teams battle, it could be a thriller, my man, so something to watch for. Can't count out the special teams. Perhaps a little Beamer ball. Of course, Frank Beamer from Virginia Tech, known for the special teams. Will be interesting to watch going forward to what we see have the result. But once again, a big 7A rivalry coming up this week. And, of course, we got it for you live on the Varsity Sports Network. Pre-game's going to start at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Myself and Tony, we will be out there on the scene from Gene Cox Stadium, bringing you through start to finish under lights Friday night.